Today we're going to continue our percent discussions. Today, specifically, we're going to talk about fees, tips, and commissions. So put your name at the top of these notes. Make sure you have them. Your objective today is to solve multi-step percent problems involving fees, tips, and commissions. We've talked about tips a bit already. It's another word for gratuity. So if you go out to dinner, you would leave your waiter or waitress a tip. Commission is usually for a salesperson. If they're selling cars, they would make a certain amount of money off of everything they sell. So to get us started, we're just going to review percent equation. It says the circle graph below shows a family's budget. Their annual income is $45,000 after taxes. So part A says, on which item does the family spend $11,700? Well, I have no idea, but I don't know that I want to try every single one of these percents. So let's do some estimating. If I wanted to try with savings, savings is 10% of this. So I'm really taking 10 out of 100. And most of you know that that's the same as 1/10. If you find 1/10 of 45,000, what would that be? Grab your calculator and check it out. 1/10 of 45,000 is 4,500. Certainly not what we need. We need more than twice that amount to get to 11,700. So let's try housing. So we're going to do part equals percent times the whole. Hope you can write better than I can. You know, I'm on my computer and it's hard to write. So P equals, don't forget to write percent as a decimal. So it's 0.26 times the whole, and the whole, as you know, is 45,000. That's a 0. Okay, take your calculator and multiply those. I'm going to do the same thing. So 0.26 times 45,000 equals exactly 11,700. Awesome. Okay, hopefully you can read my writing. That's 11,700. Okay, so it says, on which item does the family spend 11,700? It's the one that we spent 26% on, so it's housing. Please write it down. Okay, just a little review. I hope you have this. I am going to scroll down the page, hopefully. Let me pause. Part B asks, how much does the family spend on food and auto together? Well, they spent 24%, plus they spend 14%. In this case, because we want the all-together amount, and because we're taking it from the same whole, it's okay to add them together. We're going to use the same whole. It's not a discount. So we need to find 38% of our amount. So part equals percent times the whole. So it's part equals 0.38. Put it in parentheses always so it's very clear what we're doing. Times 45,000. Oops, I put the comma in the wrong place. Pretend I didn't do that. Put the comma after the 5, please. Okay, take your calculator and multiply the 2 for me. You should get 17,000, I hope, if I did it right, $100. Okay. We're going to scroll down. So as we go down further on your notes, it says percent can be applied to many real-world situations, including gratuity. Gratuity is a fancy word for tips. Commission, discount. We already know what discount is. We've been working on that. Items on sale and sales tax. Remember, that's an add-on. Commission is a part or a percentage that a salesperson makes based on the amount the individual sells. So in other words, if a car salesperson sells a lot of cars, they're going to make more money. If they don't sell anything, they probably won't make any extra money. Real estate is the same way. Most of their income depends completely on commission. I'm going to scroll up. And let's try some of these. Whoops, too far. Mrs. Hamilton worked for a real estate agency. Sorry, she sold a house for $175,000. The agency's fee for the sale was 4% of the sale price. Okay, so that's their fee. Mrs. Hamilton received $4,725 of the agency's fee as her commission. What percent of the agency's fee did Mrs. Hamilton receive? Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a percent. All right, let's think about how we're going to address this problem. Sorry, I had to pause the video. Okay, so let's go back to this. If this is the part again, equals the percent times the whole. There's a couple of different ways to look at this. Now, the part that we're looking at, we don't really know because we don't know what the agency's fees were, but so here's the part. The percent is 4%, so in parentheses, that's 0.04. The whole is 175,000. Oops, that's a 7. Write it down, and then please use your calculator to figure out what 4% of 175,000 is. Okay, I'm going to do it too, and it's 0.04 times 175,000. It looks like the agency makes 7,000 of that. Okay, so that's the fee they get just for listing the house. Okay, now it says Mrs. Hamilton received $4,725 of this. So this is our new whole, but this time we know the part. And it says what percent, we're looking for the percent of the agency's fees did Mrs. Hamilton receive. So let's start with P equals percent times whole again. Same thing every single time. Now in this case we know the part. The part is 4,725. We do not know the percent. I'm going to call it X. And I'm going to put that in parentheses. And the whole this time is 7,000 because we want to work with her fees that she received, her commission that she received out of the agency's fees. We've got to get X alone, so we're going to divide both sides by 7,000. So after you get done writing this, please grab your calculator and divide 4,725 by 7,000. And I believe 4,725 divided by 7,000. You should get something like this, 0.67, oh, that's a 7, 5. But the question is asking what percent, so we need to change this to a percent. We do that by moving the decimal 2 places to the right, and it's 67.5%. So she actually makes more than half of the agency's fees. That makes sense. All right, I'm going to pause the video so I can scroll down. Make sure you have this. Okay, whoops. Now it says with your group. Don't worry about your group. We're going to do this together. It says, suppose a real estate agent earns 3% commission. What commission would be earned for selling the house below? So if you look at the price of the house, it's $230,000. The rest of this information really doesn't matter in this case because we just want to know what she's going to earn from selling this house. So we're going to do percent equals, or part equals percent times the whole. And all we're doing is identifying what the percent and the whole are in this case. So the percent is I'm going to start with a 0 this time, 0.03. And you're going to put that in parentheses. And the whole is 230,000. Oh gosh, there's a comma there. Sorry. Go ahead and take your calculator and multiply those two numbers. 0.03 times 230,000. I think I got $6,900. $6,900. And that makes sense. So the real estate agent earns $6,900 for listing this house and showing it to possible buyers. That's where they get their fees from. Okay, I'm going to pause the video